Hi there, this is Eric Ridley, SIIM editor of AntMedia.com, reporting from SIIM 2019 in Denver this week. I'm joined today by Dr. Charles Kahn from the University of Pennsylvania. Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure.
Great. Tomorrow you're giving the Dwyer Lecture. It's a big honor. And your topic will be making AI safe, effective, and humane.
Yeah.
Could you give us a preview for what we can expect tomorrow?
So one of the challenges for all of us with the AI systems that are coming along is, first off, to make sure that these things actually work and work as built. And that requires thorough testing and a rigorous methodological approach to doing things. And I think just the fact that someone says something works doesn't mean it necessarily is going to work. So part of what we want to do is make sure people understand the importance of testing these systems, testing them in the environment where they're going to be using them, and looking for rigor in that process.
Okay. Do you feel like there's a lack of awareness of that need?
I think right now we're really at the beginning. It's a very exciting time, actually, for a lot of the work that's being done in AI. There are a lot of technological developments. People are developing new kinds of systems, and the developments are happening almost faster than any of us can keep track of. But the challenge is, as with any medication, as with anything else, it's kind of like the FDA criteria of safe and effective. Beyond that, and the point that trying to make by putting the word humane in there as well, is the notion that as the people creating this technology, whether we're physicians or engineers, data scientists, computer scientists, that we have an obligation to choose how this technology is going to be used, and we have to be thoughtful about the application of the technology.
What are some of the things that folks who are developing these algorithms really should be considering while they're training these algorithms? Well,
I guess first and foremost, what it's intended to do and how it's going to be used. And I think for many of us, the idea that these systems are coming along and being developed so rapidly, we want to make sure that people are giving a lot of attention and careful attention to how these systems are tested, and making sure that people actually really fully understand how they're going to be used. So in other words, are you creating an AI system that's going to replace a radiologist ostensibly? Is that even a good thing? Can we develop these systems that help radiologists? We want systems first and foremost that help our patients, that as a physician we're guided by pardon me. As a physician, we're guided by the idea of first do no harm. And so to me, it's extremely important that as we look at these systems coming forward, we want to make sure that the way they're built, the way they're deployed, is actually something that makes sense and can be used in the community.
As you've been here at SIIM for the last couple of days, and you've looked at the program, attended a lot of the presentations, maybe down the exhibit hall, have you noticed maybe a shift in that people are becoming more aware of these things?
I think so. I think we've gotten, as with any new technology, we kind of go through our it's almost like stages of grief. We kind of denial, anger, but I think a lot of people started out with kind of a fear that somehow these things were going to come in and in a year that there would no longer be a profession of radiology. I think that's entirely wrong. It's one thing to develop a tool that helps you find nodules on chest x-rays, or finds pneumothorax or pneumonia or active TB, for example. But what about rib fractures? What about rare diseases? What about, there are hundreds of things actually that affect even a simple exam like a chest x-ray, or we think of it as a simple exam. And before you can say we've replaced the radiologist, you have to be able to accomplish all of those things. You have to be able to develop a system that can detect all of those things and do so with the performance of a radiologist. Now, that being said, I think there are a lot of things that we know that computers do better than people. You can do screening tests, things that are done over and over and over again, or the idea that something works as well at 2 in the morning as it does at 2 in the afternoon, which not a lot of us necessarily do, right? So that's a really important part of these things. So I think there's tremendous opportunity and potential for the AI systems to come into radiology. I think we just have to be mindful of how we deploy them and how we choose to use them.
Okay. Any other key trends that you're seeing out there in AI?
I think we're continuing to see an evolution of development of some of the new technologies. Personally, I think some of the really exciting stuff is outside of the image-based AI, the
Workflow.
Computer vision, all the things that relate to workflow, hanging protocols, exam protocoling, billing, scheduling, resource deployment. I think those are things where we can actually see wins and improvement in efficiency within the next several years. And then down the road, we're going to be seeing, I think, tremendous advances coming on the image-based side, but I think there are some real opportunities to see some improvements early on.
Okay, well, great. Thanks, Dr. Kahn. Look forward to the lecture tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
All right, this is Eric Ridley signing off for AntMedia.com.